Hi, Jennifer.
Hi,
Maria.
nice to see
Hi,
you.
so nice to meet you. You
Love your
look
dress.
lovely. Thank you. You too. I know it's kind of funky, these
great.
high things. So this is our Google Plus Hangout. It's very casual, by the way.
Okay, cool.
And very informal, and we
I've
get
never
to.
done anything like this before, so.
You haven't. I know. Well, I'm glad to be the first. Woo! And also, look what we have, Google Glasses. I'm going to have you try it on a little bit later. I'm trying to collect a scrapbook. You've heard of Google Glasses,
I've
right?
heard about them. I don't know much about them. I didn't know that they were actually physically.
They're X-ray vision. No, I'm just kidding. No, they do some they do some fun stuff. But Jennifer Morrison, it's so nice to have you. Let me formally introduce you. Good morning, you guys, everybody. We have in the Hangout joining us Jennifer Morrison from Some Girls, and of course you know her from House and tons of other TV shows and movies. We'll get to chit chat about Some Girls and some other stuff. Hopefully that you have down the pipeline. But quickly, I want to introduce you to Ayub, who is hanging out with us from Leicester. He's in England right now.
Hello.
Sierra, who is in Calabasas here in the Valley. Justin is in the UK as well. He's in Brighton. Marie, who's a big fan of yours. She is also in Argentina this morning, the country. Is there a city of Argentina here in the US? Probably not. Nick is in Dallas this morning. We've got Trev, who is in Yorkshire, also in England. And we have Walter, who is in Romania this morning. So yes, and people from all over the world. And we do have a lot of people watching us online right now on YouTube, as well as our stream on Google+. Hey, you guys, make sure you plus us, circle us if you haven't, and share the link, please, because not every day we get to sit down with Jennifer. And I see you YouTubers. I will try to get to all of your questions. I know there's a bunch. But
I feel like you're speaking another language. It's amazing, and I'm super impressed, but I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's okay. I know I'm learning myself. Trust me. But it's all fun, and they're very excited to sit down and chit chat with you. Of course, about Some Girls, which is a new movie that's come out.
It's coming out on June 28th.
June 28th, and you play one of. Okay, just set the premise for us, because for those of who are not familiar with the movie.
Basically, Some Girls is a play that was written by Neil LaBute, and then he adapted it to a screenplay, and then Daisy Mayer directed it. And Adam Brody plays the guy, and the guy is a young man who's about to get married, and he decides he's going to go back and sort of visit some old girlfriends that those relationships didn't necessarily end well.
Why would a guy do that? It's just so crazy. But
you have to watch the movie to see why.
To answer that question, why?
But yeah, it definitely makes for some very awkward, uncomfortable moments. You know, my character was his high school sweetheart, so she definitely is wondering why, after 12 years of not hearing from this person, he suddenly wants to meet her in a hotel room. So you know, it's I love Neil LaBute's writing. I think he's extraordinary. I love pretty much everything he's ever. I love everything he's ever written. I can't think of a single thing I don't love. I just think he's just so incredible. So the opportunity to work on such great dialogue and such great storytelling, and he just does such a really good job of sort of digging into people and realizing that everybody's a little bit good and a little bit bad, that we all make mistakes, and then we all kind of have heroic moments in life. And so he does a good job of really sort of exposing humanity that way. So it's a fun journey to watch all these characters go through all this.
Excellent. So that's Some Girls, which is a movie coming out next week.
Yes. Well, and actually, you know what I should explain is how it's coming out, because they're doing something a little bit new. It's going to be in select theaters in major cities starting June 28th. But Vimeo has also.
Oh, we're very familiar with Vimeo.
Yes. See, now I'm going to sound like I know technical things. Vimeo is going to do an exclusive launch of it at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So you can access Some Girls as of June 28th on Vimeo exclusively for 3 months.
Well, that's good, because a lot of the people that watch us don't even have televisions. They go to the movies, of course, but yeah, everything is, you know, here online. So Vimeo will be great. So you guys, who has the first question? I'm going to go to Marie, because I know she has a legion of fans of yours that are also on the first screen.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I want to make sure that we get some of those questions out. So go ahead, Marie.
Awesome. No, I just wanted to start by saying hello. But also, I wanted to ask you about the movie, about Some Girls, that I know that you worked with Adam Brody on Grind a few years ago, and how was it to work with him again so many years after that?
I love working with Adam Brody, and I think Adam and I are sort of destined to continue working together, because we did Grind together, and then we were in Mr. and Mrs. Smith together, and then now we just did Some Girls together, and in between we did a 24-hour play where we got cast together in that play as well. So somehow we end up cast together a lot. But he was also one of the first people I met when I came to Los Angeles.
Oh,
I met him at an audition.
You really are destined to be.
Yeah, we sort of are. Yeah. For some reason, as actors, I guess we just sort of cross paths in similar types of material, and he's lovely to work with, and he couldn't be more perfect for this role. And you know, it's always fun in this business when you get to work with friends, because you spend so many crazy hours on set.
Absolutely.
We work these, you know, 16-hour days, and oftentimes you have to go away to work. So when you have an opportunity to have a friend that you're working with, it makes it all the more fun.
Absolutely. Who's got the next question? Ayub, go ahead.
Hi, I'm just a huge fan of your work, huge fan of you, and especially your work on House. I was just wondering if you had any a particular memory of working on that show that keeps you that's happy and keeps you thinking about it fondly.
I mean, you know, there's so many things about that show that were such a huge part of my life. So I have an incredible fondness for the character and everyone involved. I feel like what really was special for me was going back to do the last episode at the very end. You know, the very, very last episode of the show. I was honored that they wanted me to be a part of the end, and I was also really honored by the way that they had Cameron be meaningful to House in the long run of the show.
Yes.
And I was just really grateful for that, and it was a really wonderful experience to have sort of grown up on that show.
That was in how many seasons were in? Because that show was
six seasons. Yeah. You know, when they made the decision to not continue writing for the character, and I sort of had to say my goodbyes to the crew and the cast and the producers, and I said, you know, I've spent a fifth of my life here, and at that point, it had been a fifth of my life, and you know, that's a huge chunk of time and a really significant part of my life, and always will be.
Well, House is playing everywhere around the world. I still, when I see it on,
I can't escape it. I'm like,
yeah. I love, of course, from working for Fox. You know, we know all about House too, and how widely the show was. I want to go to a question that is on YouTube right now. This one is from Hazuki. Hi, Jen. I'm Laura. I live in Kassel, Germany, which is where the Grimm brothers lived and wrote most fairy tales. Would you ever visit to see where it all started?
I would love to visit. I actually have a lot of German heritage. My mom is 100% German. I did some backpacking in Germany when I was in college and sort of traveled down the Romantic Road and stayed in old castles that had been turned into hostels and hotels. But I would love to go back, and I didn't know that was where the Grimm brothers were. Fairy tales.
That's neat. Also from Beck Marie too. Jennifer, I'm a huge fan. What has been the project that you are most proud of? Love to you from Chicago, which is where you were born. Yes, in Illinois.
She did include a quack attack. I guess I should
quack
say.
attack. I should say the hashtag.
All the ugly ducklings in the world. Quack attack to everyone. So it's hard to choose. It'd be really hard to say. It's kind of like I was saying about House. Every job is very significant for different reasons, and so much research and time and love goes into every character. But I would say that for me in particular, Warrior stands out as being sort of a project that was really near and dear to my heart. And you know, it was incredible working with Joel Edgerton and with Tom Hardy and with Gavin O'Connor and everyone involved in that film. It was definitely a labor of love for everyone, and we were sort of all together in Pittsburgh with nothing else to do but to be obsessed with making the best movie we could possibly make. So it was definitely a very memorable life experience, and something that I felt like really helped me to grow as an actor.
Justin, go ahead.
I wondered what your experiences were like playing Captain Kirk's mother, because that's something very, very different from all the other things that you've done. So was it nice to do something so removed?
It is. It's always nice to do stuff like that. And J.J. Abrams was just absolutely extraordinary to work with. You know, you can look at that and say, oh, it's 10 minutes of the movie. But that man would come in between every single take from every single setup and have another new idea for me. And I always felt like, oh, you know, I came in with all these ideas and did all this research and had all these thoughts about what I was going to do. And he would go like, well, what about this? And what about this? And it was always something new and inventive. And that is some of the most invigorating stuff you can do as an actor is when someone's inspiring you for every single take to sort of, you know, open your mind to a new possibility. I would say that it was also emotionally exhausting to cry that long for that many days, which was amazing. But we shot every angle of the scene with, I think, 5, maybe 6 different babies, and then also an animatronic baby. So so there was a certain amount of endurance in terms of really giving your all, not knowing what's going to come out of the baby, because you have zero control over that. So so that was definitely another challenge that made it exciting and sort of, you know, gets your adrenaline going from take to take.
Before I get back to you, Marie, did you have another question from your people over there?
Oh, yes, sure. I just, since you sent the quack attack to all the ugly ducklings, I think I am the representative of everyone, and I'm here, and I got the chance to be here. I just wanted to let you know that me and my friend Erin are the ones who started the movement of the ugly ducklings on Twitter and the website, and we just love that you're a part of it, and thank you so much for the support, and thank you for this hangout.
That's so nice, so nice, Marie. Quickly, Sierra, yes, go ahead.
Okay. So I do have a question about one of the past episodes of Once Upon a Time, what it was like filming for you.
Okay.
Was it awkward when you had to arrest your mother on suspicion of murdering your stepmother, only for your estranged son to convince you that she might be being framed by your step grandmother, who also murdered your grandfather and then killed your boyfriend, also her boyfriend, after she paid him to kill your mother?
Oh, very good. Yes, hooray, Sarah. Very good memory.
That was impressive. Yes.
That was awkward. No, that wasn't awkward at all. Now
we have a quite intense family tree going on over there, and you know, there's a certain amount that we know, and there's a certain amount that we don't know. You know, the show evolves over time, and Eddie Kittis and Adam Horowitz, who are the showrunners and writers, and they have the most inventive imaginations, and I'm always blown away by how everything comes around and ends up connecting. And but there are many times that we read scripts and we're like, okay, so hang on, so whose father? And this person was. I mean, what we've really been trying to figure out is, like, Captain Hook stole Rumpelstiltskin's wife, but he's now hitting on me, and I'm now the mother of a child, Rumpelstiltskin's son, from the wife that Captain Hook.
Yeah. So, it kind of reminds me of Lost.
There's definitely
like the way
an element
connects.
how the world connects, yeah, for sure. But yeah, we definitely have those very funny conversations, exactly like how you just sounded with them. We're like, so let me just get this straight, just so we know.
But it made sense. It made sense to me.
Yeah.
I know our time is getting close to ending here with Jennifer. So, quick question from, what is this? Melina Medeiros, thank you for watching and commenting. What's the kind of movie that you would like to make one day?
You know,
what's on your wish list?
What's on my wish list? Yeah. Well, I'm working on a romantic comedy right now, which is something that was sort of on the wish list, and I'm getting to fulfill, which is nice. I also feel like it would be very fun, like if Jason Bourne was a female. I think it would be very fun.
I could do that. I could see you do that. Absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely think that would be fun.
Ayub, you have the Kempton question. Go ahead.
I just wanted to ask, following on from Justin's question, since playing Captain Kirk's mum, have you met William Shatner and talked to him about it?
You know, I haven't. I've never met him. I feel like he was probably around on set, or at least, you know, was someone that people were talking to during the filming of that movie. But I have not had the honor yet.
What would you say to him?
What would I say?
Hello, son.
I'm so glad that I had such a
Of course. Mother could say.
Very
Absolutely.
proud of you, son.
Yes. Well, guys, thanks so much for hanging out with Jennifer Morrison. Don't forget the movie Some Girls. It also comes out on Vimeo June 28th for several weeks after that. So check that out. And, of course, Once Upon a Time and all of the other movies that are coming up ahead. Thank you. I'm just waiting for you to spout out medical terms. Like, do you diagnose people now that you're off of house? Like, do you find yourself doing that sometimes? Like,
she says amyloidosis all the time.
Huh?
I do.
She says amyloidosis all the time.
I don't diagnose anyone. Because, oh my God, I can't imagine actually knowing as much as a doctor. I have so much awe and respect for everyone in the medical profession. But I do feel like we all got a bit of a generic understanding of medicine that is beyond what the normal person would have. So things that might seem terrifying, I'm like, oh no, it's just this, or like I kind of am better at self-diagnosing minor things.
Well, you were fantastic, and thanks so much for hanging out with us today.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
I want to take a photo with you. First, I want to take 2 photos. Okay, one without glass. So there's the camera right there. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, cheese. And I don't know if you've had a chance to try on Google Glass yet.
I have not.
Oh, wow. I love it. If you want to try it, these are mine. And
why do I feel like the world is ending?
This is where
it's just beginning.
Cyborgish.
Yeah, the beginning of the future.
Yeah. So you put it on the top of the bridge of your nose.
Like talking to me.
Is it? Is there? Do you see the screen? Like, let's see. What do you see?
I see 9:45.
Oh.
Okay, glass.
Yes. Jennifer Morrison.
Make sure. I'm reading it.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Okay.
Ta-da!
Nice.
Love that post. That was fantastic.
I mean, you have to. The mother of...
I feel like I want to close this side and try to see out of this side, though.
But... And the trick is to put it up really high on your nose so that it doesn't get in the way of your regular side.
Oh,
and
so
then you just... Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay.
See?
Now I want to try them.
You've actually adopted the movement of an android, though. When she puts them on, she's like...
I know, you got very robotic when you put it on.
It's like, and I feel it dings as soon as it hits your ear. It's like it knows. It's very scary.
It does know.
Oh my God, the cycles are taking over. I feel like a Cylon. Did anyone watch Battlestar Galactica?
See, you got very, like...
I'm like... I feel like Starbucks. Cylon ship. I'm ready.
Jennifer, thanks. Thank you for being a big part. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Bye.
Yeah.